Today, we're going to talk about a gym that everybody loves to hate.
Y'all boys ain't hard like we. It's Nino Wicked from DC. Say what you want, man, with straight country. But y'all fools gon' feel wicked.
Super Set King, aka Mr. Get Your Tank Top Ready. Come to you fine people today with something a little different. If you usually come in for the shoes, we're not going to talk about shoes today. We're actually going to talk about fitness. We're actually going to talk a little bit more about weight today. Like I say, baby, health is wealth. So, we're also going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a gym that everybody often talk bad about, which is Planet Fitness. And my experience I had with it. This is no knock on any gym. I tell people often, all my clients, I say, hey, the exercise or the place that works for you works for you. In case you guys let you know, I'm no type of quack. I'm actually a certified personal trainer. I actually have a bachelor's in community recreation with a minor in therapeutic rec. And I also have a certification in sports performance. So I've been around a little while now. I coached football for over 10 years and also did strength conditioning for that. So, I'm going to let you guys just know about my experiences and what to expect. Pros and the cons. So first up, I want anybody to know, if you've never lifted before, it's a perfect gym for you.
Message.
I don't know anybody who can just start and say, oh, that's not the one. That'll be the place for you to at least get started. So keep in mind, if you're just getting started, it's definitely good for you, because that gym intimidation thing is real, because I have, like I say, I've trained people, and a lot of people are intimidated by a lot of things. So it's definitely a bunch of beginners there, a bunch of cardio equipment. But like I have an old saying, if you fail to plan, then plan to fail. So make sure that you also go in with a plan as far as workouts. Also, you guys, you can look up and you can DM me. I'm gonna leave my Instagram information. If you need something as far as like workouts you possibly want, not gonna bust your head. It'll be the price of a beeper bill in the 90s. You had a beeper in the 90s, so you know what that price is. Not gonna be expensive all, so to get you started on your fitness journey. But let's take it from the top. Let's start with number one. We're gonna start with the pros. I want you guys to keep in mind, when I start talking about the pros and the cons, this has to do with an experienced lifter. What would be the pros and cons for an experienced lifter? First thing I gotta say, as far as a pro, price. I mean, if you're gonna pay $9.99 to be able to lift or to work out, I mean, that's a great thing. Especially based off how the economy is right now. If you can have a place to be able to get some type of workout in for $9.99, that's definitely a pro. Another pro that we have is it's open 24/5. So if you go, at certain times, you're able to be there 24 hours a day for 24/5. That actually works out for you. So I like that. I've often, arrived at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was able to get in what I need to get in. So that's definitely a pro. I know a lot of people talk bad about it, but like I say, they got some pros. The next thing I can tell you about the place, which is important to some gym goers, it's clean. I mean, the place is clean. Now, it's immaculate. There are people who come around and they kept clean up the whole time. The floors are clean. The place is clean. Even the bathrooms are pretty clean. So, that's pretty important. The places are clean. They keep them pretty clean. The biggest thing I can tell the pro is hypertrophy. You could definitely work on your muscle building. I can't speak for most people's planets. My planet actually has the hammer strength. They have the machines that you need in there. They don't just have a bunch of cardio equipment. They actually have the assisted pull-ups and dips, and they have a little dumbbell work. So no, you're not gonna go in there and bang it out heavy, but you definitely can work on muscle building, and definitely up in there. Next thing I would say would be a pro. They have something called the black card. The black card is simple, meaning that you're going to have someone that's going to be able to come in with you. I think it's like an additional 10 or 20 more bucks, but you got to think about, with the black card, you can go anywhere to any Planet Fitness. So if you're in another state, let's just say you're in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, you'll be able to go to any Planet Fitness in those places. And I know that's definitely a positive, because most lifters always have that issue when they go lift. The hotel weight rooms are not the best. It's mainly full of cardio with a little bit of cable work. So keep that in mind. So I also want to let you guys know there's a very much of a pro. They have cables at Planet Fitness. You can get a lot of work in with cable work. That you can definitely get it in with cable work. Don't let people fool you. You can definitely get it in. So those are actually the pros that I've encountered, having this type of membership. But let's talk about the cons. First con, which is a big one. It's crowded.
Say it again.
I mean, you got to think about for that price. It's pretty crowded. It's a pretty crowded gym. It's real crowded all the time. You gotta find your time. I don't recommend going to this gym between the hours of 5 to like 9.
Never.
I've been to this gym. With most gyms, I worked at a commercial gym for years too, for about 6-7 years, and I can tell you, most gyms have a downtime, from about 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and they have a downtime, around about 8 o'clock to around about 11. They always have a bunch of people. I've been at this gym at 10 a.m. and it's been 30-40 people. So the crowd is definitely an issue. All right. Other thing about it being crowded, for some reason, we have a lot of people. I don't know, a lot of people don't have gym etiquette because they're first-time lifters who go to this place and they want to do supersets. You know me, I'm the superset king. I do understand my situation. You cannot do supersets in a crowded gym. You can't just, I'm gonna take control of this machine and take that machine. You can't do that. That's the biggest thing I say, and it's limited amount of dumbbells too. So that's an issue for me. It's a lot of people trying to do supersets, which should not even be an option, at a gym like that.
Message.
Next thing we have is it's no heavy lifting. I've used their Smith machine. I've put up to 400 some pounds on it. I recommend you not do it because it's going to make a lot of noise in there. Guys, they got that lunk alarm and all that. And they got a lot of cons when it comes to that because they don't want to see a bunch of heavy lifting now. That's the reason why when I go in, I will do a lot of single leg things to make sure I don't put a whole lot of weight like on the leg press machine. And even with the dumbbells, I do a little static hold time on attention type things to try to get what I'm looking for because I'm thinking more muscle building when I go into a place like this anyway. So you kind of want to keep that in mind that heavy lifting is not a must. Another thing that goes for beginners and experienced people, you don't want to use machines all the time because machines actually stabilize everything for you. You want to work on those stabilized muscles, so make sure you get that dumbbell work. Definitely want to make sure that you're going to do things that's going to help work on your stabilizers, and that's not good to always use the machines when you go to a place like this. Next con we have is they say no gallon water. It personally wasn't an issue for me. The gym I go in with a gallon water often, and they've never said anything to me. So, they do have certain places, if they say no gallon water, it is what it is. I don't argue about that. I go by the rules that they give me. Next, they say no stringers. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have an issue with advanced lifters. If you go to a place where it's a bunch of regular people, why are you there with the stringers on? Why are you there with the tank tops on like that? Personally, I live in a sweatshirt. It's cut off sweatshirt, just kind of like what I got right here. I'm not trying to really show off at a place like that. So, I get it. Plus, if you know what I'm talking about, when you go to places like that, people have a bunch of questions and people be staring at you. So I do everything to have the least amount of attention brought to me as possible. So I always wear like oversized sweatshirts and things like that. But yeah, they don't want you having stringers in there. Everybody know the places where you can go, where you can slang and bang, and that's definitely not a slang and bang type place. Next we have, like I said earlier, about no weight slamming. That's that lunk alarm. I understand it. For me, it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not there to lift heavy, so I'm not worried about having to 150 pound or 200 pound dumbbell and I gotta let it go. That's not gonna happen. I'm not in there doing real deadlifts. Might get a little RDL work, but it's no need to really go to a place like that, and slam weights anyway. So that's not really an issue for me. It's probably going to be an issue for a lot of beginner lifters because they get excited. It's something new and they just want to go. But it definitely don't be slamming weights in there. I told you guys earlier about the machines. You don't want to use those machines because of stabilized muscle reasons. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you do hit those dumbbells while you're there. Next we have to deal with. I said earlier about your new lifters. When you advance, you have to have patience. I've had patience with new lifters. You're gonna see all kind of crazy stuff. You're gonna see technique being wrong, but you gotta keep that to yourself. As an advanced lifter, you understand how things supposed to go. Also, you gotta give these people a little bit of grace. And I don't like it when people kind of show pictures of some of this craziness that you see, because these people are learning. So you're gonna take someone who's actually in the weight room, who is trying, and you're gonna, try to blast them. I'm not a real big fan of that. Now, what I do think you should do before you, put them out there like that, just try to, if you could, just explain, say, hey, it's used to be used this way. And the person, blow you off, they blow you off. But personally, I don't say anything to anybody because they're doing what they're doing. They're doing something better than nothing. They're not sitting home and, in my profession, doing something is a whole lot better than anything.
Message.
So, yeah, these are definitely the pros and the cons. The reason why I thought this is important for my actual channel, I told you, my channel is different. If you look at me, I got weights in the background. I don't have a bunch of shoes in the background, which you guys know I have a bunch of, because I feel like the fitness, the shoes, and all is very important. I check my analytics. My analytics is a bunch of people, middle-aged males like me, who are into shoes or into weights. So I'm just making sure I just throw those nuggets out there to let you guys know, have a healthy balance of both. The shoes are great. The weights are great. Have a balance of both of them, because as you guys know, things are happening. We're trying to live longer. We just want to have a quality of life. I tell all my clients that I'm here to enhance your quality of life. And also, as people who subscribe to me, I also want to help with your quality of life. But always remember, over here, we keep the body tight, feet right. Later.